People, welcome back to Politics Watch. This is Sir P. Now, today I'm going to talk about Daryl Vaz and how he sneakily became the king of Portland. Now, some of you may have noticed or may have received a notification before with a video with the same title, but as soon as the video went out, I saw a comment saying the music is too loud in the background, so I went listen to the video again, and it turns out the background music was louder than my voice, so we had some technical difficulties there, so I had to redo the entire video. But that's just how it goes, teething pains, as them say. Now, back to Daryl Vaz. Now, as I said, Daryl Vaz has now become the king of Portland, and of course this is not a real political title. He doesn't actually have a literal throne down there, but we have to be realistic. The Vaz have now established what they always wanted, and that is a real political dynasty in Portland. The husband run off Western Portland, and now his wife runs off Eastern Portland. But you have to understand, this is not by accident, and this is not by chance. Now, for anybody who is not aware, the Vaz family has been in Portland for a while. They have been a very successful family, very wealthy people. Remember when Flipper Mafia said in his song, "To my money enough, to my money long, me line it from sovereign to pavilion." Well, that could be used to describe the Vaz family. So they've always wanted to have the entire Portland under their control, but it was a problem. That was Eastern Portland. See, no matter how much money them spend over the years, they could not get Eastern Portland from the PNP. Matter of fact, it's actually been a PNP stronghold for 30 years, I think, if I'm not mistaken, right? But then, all of a sudden, the MP for Eastern Portland passed away in very controversial circumstances, and that's to say the least. All kind of rumors started going around. People were saying the old MP was a snapper, right? But we're not even going to go any further into that, because he's done gone already, and we're not looking at any cheap shots or any cheap points of a man that has passed away, right? But the fact that him losing his life opened up the seat makes him a key part of this story. Now, after the seat opened up, I was looking to see who the PNP were going to send to compete for Eastern Portland, and then when I saw it was Damian Crawford, I immediately started the countdown. And you may be asking, the countdown for what? Well, the countdown for Crawford shooting himself in the foot. Right? See, Crawford is the type that if you give him the mic and let him talk long enough, he'll eventually dig his own grave. Right? And to be honest, Daryl Vaz and Anne-Marie Vaz could not have got a better opponent. Crawford was the perfect competition for Anne-Marie Vaz, because he's very prone to making emotionally charged outbursts, right? And this is the kind of things that somebody like Anne-Marie Vaz would need to win an election. See, she does not have the political experience or the wit or the skill to go on the front foot. She can't, if you think about it in boxing terms, she can't step forward and jab, 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 hook, hook, jab, uppercut her opponent, right? Some politicians can do that. Instead, she has to fight on the counter. She has to use counter punches. And Damian Crawford was the perfect candidate to go up against Anne-Marie Vaz, right? So I knew once it was Crawford, it's only a matter of time before we heard, right, some huge controversy or some huge scandal that would tip things in the favor of Anne-Marie Vaz and turned people, especially the neutrals, against the PNP in Eastern Portland. And sure as night is day, within a matter of days, Crawford shot himself in the foot, right? When he made the statement that she would be nothing more than Mrs. Vaz, right? Now, you have to understand that Daryl Vaz and his wife actually know Crawford. A lot of people don't know this. See, Anne-Marie Crawford, as a child, that Damien Crawford used to tutor, because Damien Crawford, one of his, I guess, side hustles, I don't know what his main source of income is, but one of his jobs is he does like tutoring, right? And Daryl Vaz used Damien Crawford to tutor one of their children. I think it's their son. Now you may be asking yourself, of all the people in Jamaica they could have used to tutor their child, why would they use Damien Crawford, who is obviously one of their political opponents even before the race for Eastern Portland, right? Them a big Labour writer and Crawford a big PNP. But again, you have to understand how these people think and operate. And remember, you keep your friends close and your enemies even closer. By having Crawford work with their son, they got to know Crawford, right? They got to know his character, they see his mannerisms. They know this guy is prone to saying and doing things that can make people, how would I say, rub people the wrong way. They knew this, right? This is why I said Crawford was the perfect candidate for them. Now, after the initial buck up that Crawford had, when he went on stage and he said, he basically put down Anne-Marie Vaz. Now, a lot of people didn't see it that way, but especially women in particular didn't like the idea of this man standing on a stage saying another woman, the most she will ever be is somebody's wife. You have to understand, words like that are going to rub women the wrong way, right? Now, the Vaz had another strategy. See, there is a thing called a show of force. The army uses it a lot. And basically, you use a show of force to let your enemy know what you're capable of, right? You basically put on a spectacular act, right? It dazzles your enemy and it wows the people. See, Daryl Vaz knows this very well, especially from his time in Western Portland. And they employed the same strategies in Eastern Portland. See, for Anne-Marie Vaz's birthday, they put on one of the biggest stage shows, if not the biggest stage show that side of Portland has ever seen. And they brought down the biggest artists and the hottest artists. And then to top things off, it was free. Anybody can walk in. People from that side of Portland who had never even seen some of these artists perform live ever were now suddenly seeing them in their backyard, and it didn't cost them anything. Well, at least out of their pocket. That was a show of force. That was the Vaz saying to the people of Eastern Portland, look at what we can do in very short space of time, right? And it worked. It mesmerized the people, right? Anybody who was having any little doubts as to who or what the Vaz could do, that doubt was erased after that big stage show go on. Plus, you have to remember, Anne-Marie Vaz, them actually live in Portland and they were on the ground long before Crawford set foot down there, right? So, now that the people are mesmerized, of course, as we all know, Anne-Marie Vaz went on to win the by-election for Eastern Portland. People were now saying that Anne-Marie Vaz is the boss for Eastern Portland. So let me just tell you this now. Anne-Marie Vaz may have won the seat, but Daryl Vaz won the parish. Let me say that again. Anne-Marie Vaz won the seat, but Daryl Vaz won the parish. This has always been the plan. The plan has always been to have the Vaz family lock down the entire parish of Portland, especially from a political sense. Right. Me and one of my loyal subscribers and Patreon members were reasoning, and he said to me that the Vaz family reminds him of the Clintons. That is Bill and Hillary Clinton. Remember, Bill was the president of America, and then Hillary was then coming up to be president as well, right? But of course, Hillary didn't make it, right? But if Hillary Clinton had become the president of the United States, then guess what? Bill Clinton would by default also be the leader of the United States, right? Remember, you don't have to be the person sitting in the chair. You can rule through a proxy. You can rule through your son. You can rule through your friend, right? A lot of people, a lot of the most powerful people in the world, they're not actually politicians, but they are the ones behind the politician who are making the decisions, right? So therefore, it's almost as if they are in power. So this is why I said Daryl Vaz is the king of Portland, because even though he doesn't run Eastern Portland on paper, you best believe by the very fact that it is his wife who is the MP over there, and he's the one behind her. He's their strategist, right? He's the one spending the big money. That might as well be Daryl Vaz's seat as well, right? The Vaz family has now become the Jamaican equivalent to the Clintons, or maybe even the Kennedys. You could say the Bush. A true family dynasty that is active in politics, right, and have multiple people who are running things. Now, the reason why the Vaz are unique is because they have a whole parish, right? A parish with those two constituencies, and they have both of them in the same household. But understand, this is not by accident. This plan has been in place for decades and has finally come to fruition. People, jump in the comment section and tell me what I go on. Anybody listening to me who will actually live at Portland, what the Portland people them I say. Talk to me. Patreon squad. Big up on yourself. This is Sir P. Bless up.